enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. Okay.
Do that again.
This song needs what?
Can we do that again?
That whole one?
Yeah, it was so short. I want to have a chance to really sing.
I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic.
All right, thank you.
So this song has 3 parts. We have 4 people, 5 including me, so we should be able to do it. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I a good break song, you know, if you really had it down. And that time came, you could just. So, is there someone who's been to a YOU rally here who wants to lead the motions?
Usually we're walking in a circle also for this.
You can walk in place.
Yeah, we can walk
And
in
if
place.
it'd be good
Want
if
to
you
join me?
knew the directions.
Do you want me to get in front of the camera?
I don't know. So this is the Zuni Sunrise Song. It's a Native American. We're probably Americanizing it a bit, but do you know what the motions are?
Yes.
Wake up, arise, life is calling you. Wake up, arise, life is feeding you. Mother Earth, God, she is calling you. Mother Earth, God, she is feeding you. Wataho, taho. Wataho, taho. Wake up, arise, life is calling you. Wake up, arise, life is feeding you. Mother Earth, God, she is calling you. Mother Earth, God, she is feeding you. Wataho, taho. Wataho, taho. Wake up, arise, life is calling you. Wake up, arise, life is feeding you. Mother Earth, God, she is calling you. Mother Earth, God, she is feeding you. Wataho, taho. Wataho, taho.
I think that's the Zuni Sunrise song, so you can sing it in the sunrise.
Great. You're mesmerizing it.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I grew up listening to the song. My mom played the record on the turntable. And she played the whole record. There's a whole bunch of other songs. And they were they felt like they were really progressive, cutting edge, open up to who you are songs. Today they're kind of dated, but I thought it would be fun to sing it, so. Who knows this song? Would you like to do a solo? No, just kidding. There's a land that I see where the children are free, and I say it ain't far to this land where we are. Take my hand, come with me, where the children are free. Take with me, take my hand, and we'll live in a land where the river runs free, in a land where the green country, in a land where the shining sea and you and me are free to be, you and me. I see a land bright and clear, and the time's coming near when we live in this land, you and me, hand in hand. Take my hand, come along, lend your voice to my song. Come along, take my hand, sing a song. To a land where the river runs free, for a land through the green country, for a land where the horses run free, and you and me are free to be, you and me.
Do you remember the 12 Power songs? We have a minute, so do you want to do that one? Let's see if we remember it without words.
Yeah, this is the test. Love, faith, wisdom and power, strength, life, imagination, understanding, zeal, will, elimination, order. All these things are mine in the spirit. Love, faith, wisdom and power, strength, life, imagination, understanding, zeal, will, elimination, order. All these things are mine in the spirit. Love, faith.
Gotta call out which ones we want to ground into today, right?
I was just gonna get quiet and see if everyone was singing. Love, faith, wisdom and power, strength, life, imagination, understanding, zeal, will, elimination, order. All these things are mine in the spirit.
Mine, love and power. What are yours?
Life.
Life.
Coffee. No, that's not power, sorry.
What can be?
Coffee.
What did you say?
Faith.
Faith. Faith.
Zeal.
Zeal. Order. Yeah.
I could never be a minister because I would be telling jokes right in the wrong, like in the middle of some poignant moment, and I would just tell a joke.
But he's really a good side guy, right?
Straight man.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community in Citrus Heights, everyone. I forgot to put it on gallery view, so I'll be right back. Let's make sure we do that.
So there we go.
Speaker view. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community in Citrus Heights. Please rise and join us in singing our opening song. We gather in grace.
Oh, really? Sorry. Sorry, I have to find it.
Let's take a moment to breathe in the silence. Starts with W. We gather in grace today, knowing God's oneness in grace today.
loving each other in God today. Grateful I am, grateful we are, whole and complete. The life of God is flowing, flowing here now. We gather in grace.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community, where all people are welcome and where differences are celebrated as the splendor of God's creative expression. And we open our service by affirming Unity's first principle, that there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in this ministry, God, the good, omnipotent. Can we say that together? There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in this ministry, God, the good, omnipotent. And in this truth, we welcome and honor each of you here this morning, celebrating your divinity as we recognize our oneness in God. So we take a moment to breathe in gratitude. And so it is. And now I'd like to invite Ashley Forsyth to read today's daily word.
Hello, today is Sunday, June 8th, 2025. The word for today is kindness. Today, I will be kind to others. When I think of being kind, I am reminded of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It takes only a moment and no special effort to be kind. I can smile at a stranger, hold the door for a person behind me, or let someone go ahead of me in line. These small acts of kindness bless everyone involved. Other kind efforts may take more thought. I think of how I prefer to be treated. I certainly want to be heard and respected. I want to know my views and opinions matter. I want others to see my value and treat me with dignity. I hold this thought as I think of others. I see people imbued with the Spirit of God. Kindness flows from me to bless others. And the scripture today is from Proverbs 21:21 and reads, "Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life and honor." Kindness.
Thank you, Ashley. Let's have another song. Oops.
This is by Lisa Lawson. Hope she helps me.
I have the
Don't
joy
mess it up.
of knowing oneness. We have the joy.
Okay, let's start again.
1, 2. I have the joy of knowing oneness. We have the joy of loving each other wherever I go. Whatever I'm feeling, I live in the moment of peace. I have the joy of knowing oneness. We have the joy of loving each other wherever I go. Whatever I'm feeling, I live in the moment with peace. I have the joy of knowing oneness. We have the joy of loving each other wherever I go. Whatever I'm feeling, I live in the moment with peace. So the story behind this that I'm trying to cover up is that one time I was doing the slides and I didn't have the words with me, and I accidentally put joy in there instead of peace. And then, you copy the slide and it just keeps getting copied and copied, and sometimes I fix it. So thanks for being with me right there. We can live in the moment with joy too. Thank you, Michael. All right. So good morning, and we welcome each one of you who is here with us today, whether you're here at Sylvan Community Center or on Zoom or on YouTube, live or later. And we know that each one of you is here by divine appointment, and we thank you for adding to the joy of our Sunday service. So if it's your first time here with us today, Brian's our usher today, and he can bring you a welcome packet, so you can raise your hand or he'll find you, yeah. And then also we have a lot of information on our website, unitycitrusheights.org, that kind of tells us who we are, gives some pictures, and there's a calendar of what's happening this month. So now we have our greeting time. We're going to take a moment to greet each other, remembering that a lot of times Unity people love to give hugs, but we're going to keep in mind that some of us may prefer to have a handshake or a namaste, and so that's a good way to indicate if you prefer that. If somebody's rushing up at you with open arms, because sometimes we prefer that. So go ahead and stand and greet each other right now. So, fearless in the fall. Oh, feel the fear. Oh, darn it, I put the wrong words.
That one's easy, it's repetitive.
Which one do you want to do? Fearless in the fog or feel the fear? Okay, sorry about that. Let's get this right one in here. I put the wrong words in the PowerPoint. You could just go ahead and go ahead past that. I don't even have it in here. So this next song is a Mark Stanton Welsh song that I put the wrong words in the PowerPoint. So, oh, I do have the right ones. Good, okay.
I feel the fear and do it anyway. I feel the fear and do it anyway. I feel the fear and do it anyway.
Are you tickling him?
I feel the fear and do it anyway. Right here, right now, so free, I'm free. I feel the fear and do it anyway.
Let's sing it loud.
I feel the fear and do it anyway. I feel the fear and do it anyway. I feel the fear and do it anyway. Right here, right now, so free, I'm free. the YLU, the teenagers, and if you can remember being a teenager and being afraid of stuff, if you really think back, sometimes I have to really remember being afraid and doing it anyway, because that's what you need to do to grow.
And we do that today too, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. He never does it anyway. Is that the part? Or you're just not afraid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we draw our attention to the prayer box in the lobby. It's a blue box in there. And that's where you may leave your individual prayer requests for yourself and for those who you love or for the world. And we take those prayer requests and our prayer chaplains pray over them and send the names to Silent Unity Prayer Ministry, where they are placed in the prayer vigil chapel and prayed over for 30 days. So it's a pretty cool opportunity. I also invite you to pray with me after service. If you would like individual prayer, I'm available for that. And often I look like I'm busy doing things, but I will always take a moment out to just pray with you. So we breathe in to bless these prayer requests today, knowing God's perfect peace, seeing all right divine order, seeing love infusing every situation, seeing healing happening now in every way that healing needs to happen, knowing that God is the flow of life within all bodies and all beings, that we know the way to go, that we're guided, and we maintain our vision of peace. So ask and receive. Knowing this, we release our concerns into the loving care of the Christ Spirit. It is well, it is so. Amen. And so at this time, I invite you to prepare with me for a time of meditation. Go ahead and just shake it all out, whatever it is that may be on your mind. Let your feet sink into the floor. Let your hands rest in your lap. Your belly soften. Your shoulders drop. And I always like to remember to have my face, my scalp, my neck relax. As we move into that space of all is well. Today we will move through a meditation based on Psalm 23 and also on the chakras. So in each little section of this meditation, we're going to start at the root chakra. You may visualize the energy moving up through each one of your chakras as we go through each little statement. The Lord is my shepherd. See the presence of God standing before you. Place your trust in God. Feel this presence within you and around you. I shall not want. Feel the divine presence in your spine, realizing that you want nothing that is outside of God's perfect order. And we start with the first chakra. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Feel the divine presence keeping watch over you as you rest on the green, abundant earth. Absorb the radiant life force. Feel the support of the solid earth. All is well. And we move to the second chakra. He leads me beside still waters. See the clear water of a beautiful mountain lake, reflective, cool and still. Rest, reflect. The third chakra. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. Feel divine strength at the navel area, radiating all through your abdomen. Feel that as you use your determination to follow divine will, it creates a pathway within you to reach the higher realities. Fourth chakra. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Visualize a glowing ball of light in your heart, which with each breath increase its radiance and try to feel the warmth emanating from it. Invite the divine presence to dwell in your heart, always radiating divine love, guidance, and protection. And the fifth chakra at the throat. This is our seat of power. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Feel your breath moving in your throat as a pathway to feel the presence and power and calmness of God. Sixth chakra, at the spiritual eye, the point between your eyebrows. Focus deeply at the point between your eyebrows and feel your devotion rise to that point. In all of life, there exists a bountiful table set before us, the spiritual eye. If we focus there deeply, we are invited to dine with the divine, in the light of the divine. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. And to visualize the divine pouring grace upon you, and your being fills with light spilling out over the crown chakra at the top of your head. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Feel the grace of divine protection and goodness and the willingness to cooperate with that grace in the silence. We are, in this moment, fully reunited with the divine. We dwell in the house of the Lord forever, never leaving the divine presence again. And so it is. Amen.
breathe in this moment, this sacred moment. I am peace, I am renewed.
Thank you, Michael, for that beautiful version of Spirit Guide Me. It's always amazing when you hear someone take your song and make something of it. I just heard from the minister at Unity of Marin, Reverend Deanne, that my song, "Oh, and So I Pray," that she used that for her prayer chaplains in their blessing when they become, I forget what it's called. And, you know, that's so special. She said, "Oh, I've been looking for a song like that for 10 years. And wow, yeah, so that's really special. Thank you, Michael. So there's a time for everything and a season for everything, every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. God has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live. And that's from Ecclesiastes 3. So we know that everything changes. Yes. And we can see the beauty in that change since we're no longer spring chickens. Right? We've seen enough change to see the beauty in it. But we also know that there's no more tender a time than times of change. And our church, Unity Spiritual Community, is at one of those times right now. Our senior minister made her transition. She passed away at the end of April, and we just held her beautiful service. And we've been holding space for that change for actually kind of 3 years. So at this point, for those of you who don't know, we've decided we're in the process of choosing to close down this ministry this month, actually. So it's a big, big change. And for those of us who've put our hearts and our souls and our service into this ministry and into each other, it brings up a lot of big emotions. But this church, Unity Spiritual Community, has always changed. It was formed in 1990 as Sunrise Unity, and it was an outreach of Christ Unity. And it was under the Reverend Billy Blaine. And it's been in several locations. It was at the Masonic Center down the street, and then down on Marconi and back at the Masonic Center. And it's had 3 different ministers as far as I know. Tom Shepard was before Reverend Carla, and then Carla came in 2005. And she was our minister for almost 20 years. But Michael and I first came to this church in 2011, so we've been here a while. And the church was already contracting. There were a lot of older people. It was getting smaller. People had left. And, you know, even at that point, it was soon down to about 20 people coming. So that was scary then. And it was especially scary because we were paying pretty high rent at the Masonic Center down the street. And so high, actually, we couldn't even meet all the expenses so that Reverend Carla could get paid. So that was super scary. And Michael was the president of the board at that time, and they had to figure out what to do. So they looked around, they brought it to God, they found this place, Sylvan Community Center, which is even now, only for a nonprofit like us, just like about $87 a year. Isn't that amazing? So we were able to find this new, beautiful, it was a new facility at that time, light filled, such great energy, and we were able to exist and thrive here for all those years, since 2013, like 12 years. So that was such a blessing. The way was opened for us. But here we are in 2025, and we find ourselves at an ending. We know it. We have the sense that this is the time when the weight of keeping the structure in place when it becomes to overcome the lightness of our spiritual growth, then we know that it is time to move on. And so how I see this is I see us as a community flowing, this process flowing easily, like a mountain stream, like, going over the rocks. We're just flowing into what's next. As we choose what we want to do, we'll probably still see each other. We might even want to attend the same Unity Church in the area. But it brings up big feelings. Partly because it's not a choice, it's not a transition that was just forced upon us. It's something that we are choosing. So there's some doubt and some faith, and it reminds me of the last time I went on a roller coaster. When's the last time you guys were on a roller coaster? Do you remember? Well, a few years ago, I decided it was time to go on a roller coaster again. And Reverend Carla actually wanted to go on a roller coaster too. And for some reason, we were there, like we were all there together. I don't remember whether our kids were going and she wanted to go. And the roller coaster that I don't like anything that's going to jolt me around and affect my neck and all that. So the roller coaster I chose is the Medusa. Have you seen that? When we drive by Six Flags in Vallejo, that's the Medusa. And let's look at the next picture. So that's what happens on the Medusa. I like those swing things, but I've never been on that. And then let's look at the next one. So you see how the people go upside down, and anyway. So we had to wait in line a long time. When we get up to the front of the line, and Carla says, "No, I want to be in the front car." And so it's scary getting in that roller coaster. And I always get in the middle because that seems like the safest place. But we went ahead and got in the front. And let me tell you, wow, that was so scary. But it was also so exhilarating. I just loved it. And Reverend Carla didn't love it that time, but next time when I took Michael on the next round, we did end up going in the middle. Or how about, do you remember when you were a kid and you're learning to swim? Who took swimming lessons? Okay, well, there's that time when you have to jump in the deep end. Yeah? So scary. I remember kids crying on the edge, but they had to do it. Maybe their mom would get in the water, or jumping off the diving board. That was even more scary, and it's still scary. I still think I'm going to fall off when I walk out there. But in order to learn to swim, we had to get in the deep end. We had to do it to get that reward. And that's where we're at as a community. We're stepping off into the unknown. We know this is not the end for us. There are other wonderful Unity churches in this area that we can join. If there weren't, we probably would still just keep doing this because we love it so much. We know lots of people already in these other churches, and we can go together. We can hang out together. We have opportunities for new study groups or monthly men's and women's groups, different Wednesday services, youth programs, new friends. And for me, there's an excitement at working with other ministry leaders. But that excitement and that new joy also is scary. You'd be afraid of it, because what if it's not real? You know, what if my hopes are too high for what might happen, or what if the whole thing blows up and nothing happens and I'm left hopeless and sad? And this is when we need faith. We call on our power of faith. Because when Spirit leads, it's that excitement that we feel that is our guiding force. And that's what I was feeling about a month ago. I started to feel excited about other opportunities we might go toward instead of trying to keep swimming upstream here. So we have this excitement, but then the question is, can I sustain that excitement? And do I even need to keep being guided? We can hold this feeling, we can continue to just hold the feeling in faith as our proof that our steps are guided in the right direction, even if that feeling ebbs and flows, because it will, and it might even subside. But that feeling of excitement is our guiding feeling that we're moving in the right direction. And then it's faith that allows us to maintain the higher path, the path that leads to God's highest good. And then we say, this or something better, God. Right? Okay. So we have some tools to help us. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a fresh look at the transition process. Ashley is so good. She just knows right when to change. Just leave it right there for a minute. Okay, go back one. Thank you. All right. You're just reading my mind. All right. So we explored this transition process in a class we did a couple years ago when everyone was ready to change jobs or had their kids were growing up and leaving home. Remember that? And it really helped. I think it did. This class was based on books by Robert Brummett, who's a reverend, a Unity reverend, and William Bridges, who is just a leader in that field of transitions. So we're going to look at some of that material again today. "Who are you?" said the caterpillar. I hardly know, sir, just at present," Alice replied rather shyly. "At least I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then." And that's from Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And we all have those times when we feel like Alice, when everything feels strange and out of proportion, and this may be one of those times. And it doesn't just happen once in our life though, it keeps coming around every time that we face a change in our lives. So there are 3 parts to a transition, and these parts can overlap and they can flow back and forth. And I know that for myself right now, I am definitely feeling all 3 parts. A month ago, maybe not the 3rd part, maybe more the 1st and the 2nd. So let's go ahead and see the first part. And the first part is the ending. So it's important to acknowledge our endings and feel the grief. Acknowledge the feeling of the grief that goes along with the ending. And those endings can be obvious or they can be subtle. So an example of an obvious ending is Reverend Carla's passing, or choosing to close this ministry, graduating from high school. Those are all obvious endings. But the ones that we may discount, but can be just as important and just as powerful, are subtle endings. like within our church, say when Bill and Mariana left to go to Brazil. That was a big one for us. Or not having midweek Zoom classes, because I had to put my focus elsewhere. Or for me, not even, maybe not doing as much music here. Reverend Carla not giving talks. Or in your own life, maybe a favorite tree dies. Or some part of your body just doesn't work the way it used to. Maybe it's harder to get up off the floor or something like that. Those are subtle changes, but still a transition. So what happens in an ending is we are separated from the familiar elements of our lives. Or we may be disenchanted with something that we loved, that we once loved. Like for me, playing the viola used to be everything that I was focused on. And gradually that kind of slipped away. I still love music, I still love to play, but that's not the thing that is my passion. And that's a loss. But it's life. I liked, another Unity minister online actually said that grief is the loss of something to love. And that's something I've been thinking about. It's not just losing something we love, but it's losing that which we are loving, right? And in this process, our faith in God might be shaken. And of course, when I say God in Unity, we know that means however you approach God. Divine, nature, all that is, love. These are all attributes of the mystery that is God. Okay, let's go on to the second part. Those are cool little transitions, huh? Ashley says she wants to learn how to do PowerPoint. I can show you a few things. So the second part is Robert Brummett calls it the void, and William Bridges calls it the neutral zone. And this is that in-between time when we know something's ending, but we don't know yet what's to come. And we lose a sense of who we are. We kind of have a sense of, there's emptiness, there's a sense of wandering in the wilderness, trying to find what's next. And we do feel this when someone we love dies, or even when we're closing our church. I could hear some conversations about what are we going to do next, because we will do something next. And there's that idea of when Jesus was on the cross, and before that was a time, but I like even more time of this void, when he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? But also I like even more, what about the disciples? Between the time when they saw their master die and the resurrection, there were 3 days. Can you imagine? He said, you'll carry on, but he hadn't given them their final instructions, and they were probably just there, they were denying him. They didn't know what the heck. Even Peter denied Jesus, because can you imagine how heartbroken they were? So at this time in the void, we face our deepest fears. We face the dark side of ourselves that comes up. We can call it the shadow. So I want to ask you, with this transition for our ministry, what are you afraid of? I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I might be afraid of, what came up for me. Will we as members, will we be able to maintain our closeness and our friendship and our love for each other? I don't know if we need to or not, but it's a loss if we don't. So And another one would be, will I still be able to use my gifts to lead effectively? A fear is that I would be just dwindle into, just doing like one little thing and, not being able to use all that I've developed to lead. I'm not going to stay in those fears. But they come up, they're important. Does anybody have anything they want to share about fears? I know this is service, but for the upcoming? Okay, you don't have to. And
As I used to say then, Carla, we are not afraid.
Brian's not afraid.
We are adaptable.
We're adaptable. I like that. Okay, but still, and we can always talk more after service, but I think it's good to go to recognize that shadow when it does come up. It's not that we have to give it any power. That's the point. We want to feel our feelings so that we can hold them and also claim what we know to be true, and then those feelings can more easily dissipate. I last night we were on our way to a party. There was a retirement party for someone who was very important in the family business. That we're the musician side of that family, but we were going to that, and I was feeling kind of bad and sad, and I was feeling how it kind of felt like physical, like not feeling good physically, and I just kind of got quiet and I tuned in, and I realized, I'm really anxious, kind of anxious about last night, about being all around all those people when I'm feeling kind of tender, and also, even though I don't feel anxious about our service today, just kind of anxious about moving through it all, just kind of so I saw something a while back that I wrote kind of a whole reflection on, and I wanted to share a little bit of it with you today because it was so interesting to me. There was a scientific study that showed that animals, when they're confronted with danger, they look away. They look away. They don't focus on the threat, so that all of their senses can be alert and aware. I thought about, do we do this as people? Do we look away to avoid our fear? And I thought about how we can busy ourselves with other things, but also maybe sometimes our anxiety is actually a way to draw our attention away from something that might be our real fear. Like maybe if my fear about, will I still be able to use my gifts to lead effectively? Maybe my real fear is just being alone, being not enough. Maybe that's the big fear, right? The feeling of not being enough, that I need to be in this place of leadership in order to prove that I'm enough, right? So looking beyond that to that real fear. Maybe our fear is just whether we'll be able to adapt to something new. So in these times, I invite you to remember Unity's third principle, which is the law of mind action, that our thoughts create our experience of reality, so that we find another way to enter this state of being alert and aware and ready. We breathe. We might go into a time of prayer, meditation, and use affirmations to claim truth, and we can let go of all the static, of any unreal anxieties that we might have through this time. Because we find that most of our scariest situations are actually really different when we live through them. And, there's pain. We can't avoid the pain of loss and the grief. But we're gifted, even through that time, with really precious moments of life that are found right now in this present moment. Okay, the third part is new beginnings. And what's really cool about this is that we need to know that this isn't something we make happen. This begins internally. It's an internal experience, and we might have this shift inside. We start to have new dreams. That's what happened to me. I started to dream about, and then I felt this excitement. And then we discover our soul's deepest desire. And this takes as long as it takes. Can't force it. But then after we start living with this desire and these feelings, this shift, our external life begins to reflect what's happening internally. But it won't happen till we're ready, until we commit to the change. And so then we surrender to this process of change and relax into it, and we begin to recognize the divine in the process and in the patterns that are showing up in life, our synchronicities. And we hold space to feel all of our emotions at once: fear, wonder, awe, excitement. So today, give yourself grace and trust the wisdom and the goodness and the life of God. In closing, I'd like to read from Julia Cameron's book entitled Transitions. Remember, she's the author of The Artist's Way. She's a wonderful book of different sayings, different reflections about transitions. The one change we cannot change is change itself. No moment, however perfect, can be maintained. Life moves on and moves us with it. We are all works in progress, all developing parts of a perfect plan. Only as we surrender to change can we find permanence and peace. Only by being open to the fierce flow of life can we find the steadying current. The one thing that remains the same is that nothing remains the same. As we accept and acknowledge life's passing nature, we are freed to cherish the moments that pass in bittersweet glory. No matter how difficult, life is beautiful. No matter how beautiful, life is difficult. This is the great paradox that opens the heart and brings compassion. We are all travelers on the vast and shifting sands of time. We are all inconsequential and important, very small and very large. Our transitions are like octaves building brilliantly upon each other. We are life's music, so let us dance. And so in closing, we affirm, today I sing the song of change. Go ahead and put this one up. Today I sing the song of change. I celebrate each moment as it passes. I consciously hold space for all my feelings, those of fear and excitement, and I release anxiety as we step forward in community into the new in faith. And so it is. Namaste.
This piece is called Julio. It's written by Mark Sumner, the cellist in Turtle Island String Quartet, which is from Oakland.
that exciting piece. We're going forward. That was perfect, Michael. He was going to do another piece, but then he couldn't because with the room,
Because of the
acoustic-
room, actually.
because of the room. It was too echoey, so that was perfect. Thank you so much. So now, as we prepare for our love offering, Brian is going to pass this bag around, and we invite you to give a gift today. And if you give your gift online at unitycitrusHeights.org, or if you're not giving today in person, just go ahead and bless that bag with your hand, because we know we're all giving something here today or online. We just appreciate each one of you so much for all that you do, all that you give, that makes this ministry possible and brings love into the world. So our hearts open, we give generously and joyfully, knowing that we are also open to receive all the gifts of the universe. And we're going to now sing I'm So Grateful as our offering blessing. We know that divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and we are grateful. So here we go. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Thank you. All right. Okay. And now we just have a few announcements to finish out the service. Today we're having our Youth of Unity, which is ages 13 to 18, is taking an outing to Folsom Lake. Michael and I are going to take the kids and the sponsors on our sailboat. So if there's a youth that you know those ages who still would like to go, that could still be arranged. And then this Tuesday, I wrote the 11th, but it's the 10th. I had the wrong date in my mind. It is Tuesday. It's going to be our full moon circle. It's going to be at the home of Stevie Kaplinger. It will be outside, so make sure you bring your wraps, whatever you need to stay warm, blanket, and do sign up online at unitycitrusHeights.org. There's a tab for full moon gathering so that we know to expect you. Next Sunday, I'll be at Unity Village. I'm going for a convention and also for my ministerial class intensive. So I'll be flying during the service. And Ron Salazar, who's a licensed Unity teacher who came and was with us a few months ago, he'll be coming here to do our service and give a talk on practical Christianity. And our son, Liam Lawson, will be doing the music. And then the 22nd, we do have a membership meeting scheduled for on Zoom for the 17th, for anybody who's a member. You're a member, right? Are you a member?
No, I
Okay, I forgot. Okay.
I was so close though.
Oh, all right. Well, members, you should have received a letter already saying that we're going to be meeting on Zoom to go ahead and do the vote about dissolving Unity Spiritual Community in Citrus Heights. So whoever's there, we're going to be taking the majority has to vote in favor of that to pass it, for that to go forward. So we do appreciate your being there. If you can't be, it's not going to hold us back from the business that we need to do. So, but we'd love to see you. Contact me if you didn't get the information in your email. So the 22nd is our last service here at Sylvan Community Center. I named it The Future is Ours, but that's because I'm sure that Joe Sloan, who is our regional consultant, will be talking about about just everything to do with moving forward. And he's wonderful. He's 90 years old. He's been around the block, and he's going to lead us in a time of celebration. And we're going to celebrate all that we are and have been and what we're moving forward into. And we're going to have a potluck after service so that we can have a good time together. I'll be doing the music with Michael and Liam. All three of us will be there today. So I hope you can join us for that. And that's all the announcements. So let us circle up and sing our closing songs.
That was pretty amazing.